What is up, guys? It is RSC6414 here, back with another video. This time I'll be reviewing WWE main event. Yes, I'm back with another review. The episode ended about 10 minutes ago. Overall, I gotta say the show was not as good as the past couple weeks' main events, but it was still okay. It was pretty good. They had some decent matches. No Divas matches, which I was happy about, because every time they put Divas matches on main event, they kind of make the show a little worse, to be honest. But hey, I'm not complaining. But yeah, so the first match we had was The Miz versus Fandango. You didn't really know who was going to win this match going in. A lot of times on main event, the matches are very predictable, but this match was kind of up in the air. The Miz, this was back and forth action. This match got about probably 10 minutes, probably 15 minutes without the commercial if you were there live. This match was alright. Miz locks in the figure 4 lock, making Fandango tap, and The Miz picks up the win via submission. There was no points that really, no spots or anything during the match which really stood out to me, but just some good, solid wrestling match. Nothing special. It was just an okay whatever match that whoever won, it really wouldn't have meant anything. But The Miz wins via submission with the figure 4 lock. In the next match, you have Alberto Del Rio. Del Rio equals greatness. He takes on Zack Ryder, another Zack Ryder sighting. If you remember, he fought Titus O'Neil on Raw, and Zack Ryder gets on TV once again, 2 times in a week. WWE, 2 times in a week. I haven't seen Zack Ryder on TV 2 times in 1 week, and God knows how long. But just a little short note there. It's a miracle. This match was really short as you'd expect. A match just to give Del Rio a win, to get him over. This match was about 4 minutes long, probably. Del Rio hits the corner stomp on Zack Ryder's chest and off the second rope. Then that sets Del Rio up for his super kick finisher. Pins Zack Ryder for the 1, 2, 3. Alberto Del Rio picks up the win. Like I said, short kind of squash match. And picks up the win via super kick. I'm glad Del Rio won. This was a match you figured he would win. Most likely would win. And when I mean most likely, I mean almost definitely. But Alberto Del Rio wins. And yeah, whatever match. But I'm glad Del Rio won. So the next match, we have the final match of the night. The match that I thought was the best overall of this week's episode of Main Event. We had the Intercontinental Champion, Big E Langston, in Des Moines, Iowa. If you remember, Big E Langston played college football at the University of Iowa, so he got a huge pop from the crowd. He came out in this awesome attire, this black and yellow, kind of Iowa Hawkeyes. If you don't know, their colors are black and yellow, so he had this kind of color-coordinated singlet. It had, on the singlet, it said 05 on the front, and then on the back it said 05, and then it had Langston, his last name, on the back. That was kind of cool because he needs a 5 count. What does he need? He needs a 5 count. But yeah, so that was basically why he had the number 5 on there, if you were wondering. And yeah, so he got a big pop. That was cool, seeing him in front of his kind of home state crowd. And he took on Curtis Axel. If you remember, these two have some history. Curtis Axel was the Intercontinental Champion before Big E Langston beat him on that episode of Raw Country. And if you don't remember when that was, I think it was right before Survivor Series, maybe the episode before or after. I think it was before, the Monday before on Raw. Big E Langston beat Curtis Axel for the title. So now you kind of have them going up against each other for the first time in a little bit. So these guys have had some history in the ring, so it brought a little bit of intrigue into the match. I enjoyed this match overall. I thought it was pretty good. Back and forth action. Axel got his fair share of offense in. Big E Langston got his fair share in. Back and forth action. You had a couple near falls. Curtis Axel hit the perfect flex on Big E Langston for a near fall at one point. Then you had Big E Langston hit the kind of running clothesline where he just trucks his opponent over. He did that to Axel. Then he hits the splash. and he tried to go for the big ending. He was countered a couple of times. Then finally, Curtis Axel was going for his finisher maneuver, the Hangman's Facebuster. Biggie counters, picks him up, sets up for the big ending. Boom! 1, 2, 3. Biggie Langston picks up the win via pinfall with the big ending on Curtis Axel, and with a match that I thought was probably the best one of the night of this week's episode of Main Event. It got a good amount of time. Biggie Langston picks up the win as expected. So yeah, overall this show was alright. Not as good as some, but not terrible either. So yeah, overall grade I'd give this week's episode of Main Event 4.5 out of 10, 4.5 out of 10. Hope you enjoyed this video. Check out my other videos and subscribe. Thanks, guys.